happy quarantine to all of you. Not to laugh and make light of the situation, but I think we all have to kind of make do and try to do our best to keep things positive and light in these trying times. So anyway, I hope all of you out there are staying safe and being careful, and you all are as healthy as can be. My heart goes out to Italy, my home country. Some of you may or may not know I'm first generation Italian, and a lot of our family out there. I hope you all are staying safe. So far, most of them are in the south, so they're doing okay. But the north is devastated, so my heart goes out to all of them. And kind of in honor of that, as well as how we're all home and maybe going a little stir crazy like I am, we're going to bake an Italian traditional water cake today. So you must be wondering, what is a water cake? So a water cake has very few ingredients. Water and or maybe some citrus juices if you want to skew the cake a little bit more citrusy. Flour, a specific flour, a 00 flour, which is very fine. Sorry, Moon Moon likes to pop into my videos. Anyway, she might pop over here. She's a little hungry. And some leavening, some baking powder, some sugar, and vanilla if you want to skew it more vanilla versus citrus. So really basic ingredients, and ingredients that if you're running out to the stores, I'm hearing, you know, there's a run on eggs, there's a run on milk. This doesn't have really much of those ingredients at all. Water is kind of a basic ingredient, and flour is the basic ingredient with some sugar and some leavening and a little bit of oil. So if you have like nothing in your pantry, but you're kind of anxious to do something, you want to do some baking, which is very cathartic, I know for me, for many people, you can make this cake and have something sweet to nibble on and give your family a treat, and have the kids come. I'm sure they're going stir crazy too. Baking is fun for them, and they learn some really great skills in the kitchen. And yes, they get into the flour. I know mine used to and made a huge mess, but it didn't matter because it all just gets cleaned up, and you have those moments that you shared that you'll always have. So without further ado, let's dig into Italian water cake. This recipe, I need to credit La Cucina Italiana, which is a really great Facebook feed and magazine. Their recipes are, you know, a lot of traditional recipes and some traditional recipes that they've updated to the new modern palette. Really great feed. Please support them. I enjoy their recipes a lot. They remind me of a lot of the cooking my mother and my family do a lot of. So, all right, let's get, first things first, let's preheat our oven. We need a nice hot oven for this cake at 350. So before anything else, turn that oven on. All right, I have my oven on, and I'm going to actually use a pan that the bottom pops out so that the cake can come out pretty easily. It's a very delicate cake because there's not much to it. So, you know, if you've got a spring form that's smaller, that's a good idea too. If you've just got a 9-inch cake pan, put some parchment on the bottom to make sure that it pops out easily. And this is my 00 flour. Yeah, Caputo, no relation. But this is 00, and this is the flour that you're gonna need for this water cake. All right, so we're gonna mix our dry ingredients first. So I've got 3.5 cups of the 00 flour, and I have it in a fine sieve, and I'm going to mix 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I'm basically going to sift this through this fine sieve. If you have a sifter, I have a sifter somewhere, it's buried. I don't know where it went. So this is another way to sift flour with leavening using just a really fine sieve like this. This is key. Sometimes I skip this in baking if I'm being lazy, but for this cake, it's really important to do this. And so just make sure that this baking powder is mixed in with the flour and it's sifted together evenly. And that's how you're gonna get that nice fluffy texture for this cake. This is it. This is the base of your cake. So, you know, you just kind of shake it. Look at that. It's like angel dust. So, if you wanted to add the lemon zest, I would have added it here, mixed in with the dry ingredients. But I didn't want to do that. Sorry, that was Moon. Moon, what are you doing? She just had her lunch. Please don't hack. Oh, cats. Anyway, you can choose to put vanilla powder and or vanilla bean and or vanilla extract in this cake. It's up to you, but basically if you want to do vanilla, it's basically one big vanilla bean, the seeds of one big vanilla bean. I don't have vanilla bean. Okay, so I'm gonna do vanilla bean powder, which is actually more intense than vanilla extract. So the equal amount of a vanilla bean, of the seeds, let's say like a 4-inch bean, is about 2 teaspoons of vanilla powder and or 3 teaspoons of extract. So 1 1/4 cups of sugar, so that's 1 1/4 cups of sugar. Whisk the dry ingredients until it's all well combined. All right, set that aside, and now we're gonna do the water and the oil. We need 12 ounces of water. This is just normal, it's not too cold, plain old water. And to this we're going to add 5½ tablespoons of oil. Now, use pretty much just a simple oil. The recipe calls for sunflower seed oil. I don't think I have that. But I have canola, and then if you actually want to pump up more flavor to this versus having like a more delicate flavor, you could do olive oil too. You're gonna get a fruitier, heavier cake. Sunflower seed oil is much, much lighter. I think I might go with canola. Okay, yep, just canola oil in my pantry. That's the beauty of this recipe, everybody. What you got in your pantry, it's basic, and it's also really forgiving. So whatever you have, however you want to skew your flavor, and whatever oil you've got. All right, 5½ tablespoons. This is a teaspoon. Let me get my tablespoon. So you're just going to do your best to kind of emulsify it a little bit. And then once it's kind of sort of emulsified, you're going to mix it into your dry. Now, this is very reminiscent of the cakes that our ancestors used to make. Really, it was all about just leavening water and flour with maybe some honey. They were more like bread than cake that we know today. And considering we're kind of in lockdown with very, very minimal ingredients that we have available to us, this is a great option. So you're whisking this until it's well combined and smooth. Okay, it's ready. That took seriously 10 minutes, soup to nuts. So this is also a super fast thing to do, you know, when you're bored out of your mind and your kids are driving you crazy. So I sprayed my pan liberally with some cooking spray, and I'm just going to pour this in gently. Okay, give this a light shake, and then I'm gonna put it in the middle rack for about 45 minutes, and we're gonna test it in the middle after, I'm gonna guess about 40 minutes, just to make sure that it's not going too fast. See if it's done with a toothpick. Okay, there we are. It's puffed up nicely, it's bringing back to the touch, and toothpick at the center comes out clean. It's a pale golden on the top. So, you know, if you want it a little bit more golden, maybe the last 5 to 7 minutes, bring it up to the top rack and see if you can get this to, you know, darken up a little bit. But you don't want to overcook this. So 45 minutes at 350 and you get this really nice fluffy cake. I'm gonna let it sit for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna pop it out, because I have that removable bottom, so I can hopefully get this to pop out. It looks like it's already pulling back from the sides, so it should come out pretty easily. Okay, I couldn't wait to totally let it cool down. So it's still a little on the hot side, but I want you to take a look at that crumb. So you can see the water makes it really moist, and it almost is like a sweetbread. Not bad if you're gonna cheat on carbs. Nice and moist. My husband's catching me eating carbs. We're in quarantine, what do you want? Anyway, the vanilla's nice and delicate. This is nice and moist. I think that doing a citrus version would be really, really nice and fresh to add a little bit more flavor. This is really, really, really basic with just that hint of vanilla. So taking that 12 ounces of water and maybe doing maybe 11 ounces of water with maybe an extra ounce of lemon juice, and then putting in that, or orange juice, and then throwing in the zest of a lemon would really brighten this up if you wanted something really springy and lemony. Anyway, that is Fridays/Saturday, because we got busy on Fridays. So this is a Saturday edition of Fridays with Flora. Please stay healthy. I know it's frustrating to be stuck at home and the news is just really grim, but try to stay positive. Baking is a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. It gets you kind of in a really great mindset, really great flow. You're present, and you're baking something really lovely for your family. And this is really just the basics, if that's all you have in your pantry. So thank you for joining me, and join me in a few weeks. We'll 2 weeks. We'll see what else we're gonna be up to. Hopefully we won't be in quarantine anymore. Let's hope and pray. Anyway, stay healthy, everybody. And to my family in Italia, stay healthy. I love you.